I've been getting some questions what my schedule looks like here on the dairy farm, so I figured I'd take you guys along for a whole day. We're first starting milking here. We already milked the first group. I'm just picking up the second group right now. I usually don't like to start filming at 4 a.m. I'm still kind of half asleep. It usually takes a while for me to wake up. Also a couple cups of coffee. But we're gonna grab the second group here. So for my schedule, it's a little bit different in the summertime because I'm always operating equipment, but throughout the winter, it's kind of like on a 14-day schedule. So within those 14 days, 7 days in a row I'll milk in the morning, and then 7 other days I'll milk at night. So it flips every week. So the one week I'll milk in the morning, the next week I'll milk at night. And 2 of those days are overlap days, so I do both morning and night, which makes it so I get the weekend off. I'm still always at the farm on those weekends off, just doing other things. You know, we can chase some cows around, put some bedding in, vaccinate some cows, whatever it is. There's always something to do. And then you guys met Dima in a couple videos ago there. He's on the exact same schedule as me, except opposite. So he does one weekend, I do one weekend. When I milk in the morning, he milks at night, and vice versa. So it works out pretty nice. Got group 1 all locked up, and group 2 is empty here. It's ready to be scraped, but I came to the back of the barn here, and this water line that we have back here is most likely got frozen, and it cracked that little valve on top there. It's just piston water, most likely. You know, that water line is on the wall, and it's on the concrete there. It probably froze, cracked that little valve on top there, and now it thawed out because it's nice weather out, so it's a little bit warmer in the barn. That wall's a little bit warmer. And now it thawed the line out. It's just pissing water out the side. So it's all flowing into the gutter here. So it's not a real urgent deal. So I'm just gonna quickly scrape these alleys so that the cows can start coming back in. And then we're gonna go ahead and deal with that. This is the crossover alley for group 1 to head over to the parlor. And we just leave these gates open so we can backblade it with the skid steer, make it nice and clean, because the Juno has to cross over it. We are hoping to get a water line here so we can pressure wash it or just fire hose it off after every single time. Make it a little bit cleaner. But for now, this is what we got. It's a heck of a lot cleaner than it was before. Now the Juno can come through. We don't want it to push like a manure patty here and then go into the feed. That's just kind of gross, so. Now we're done scraping, we're gonna go ahead and rake the manure out of these beds. Now this group is ready for cows to come back in. They can go and eat some food or lay down, whatever they want to do. this is the room where all the plumbing and electrical stuff is. We're gonna go see if we can shut off one of these valves. Hopefully it's marked, and hopefully it shuts off that leak. This one says South Barn Feed. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one off. Now I'm gonna go walk to the back of that barn, make sure it's off, and I'm gonna also check the water bowls because I'm kind of worried that turns them off as well. Awesome, so it did shut it off. It's not pissing water out anymore, and you guys can see it's cracked all the way across the thing. So we're gonna go ahead and check the water bowls now, make sure they're still fed. Awesome, so this thing's still getting water. We don't have to worry about the cows not having water, which means I can go and take a look at that thing whenever I got time next. Today's pretty full, so. Couple times during milking time, we just go back to the calf kitchen there and check how much is in the pasteurizer. It varies from day to day how much we need, but today we need 45 gallons. So we're just gonna make sure that's in there. So we're probably 28 gallons in there or so. So we gotta milk out a couple extra bucket cows. So the milker in the parlor there, she's gonna put everything into wash mode and wash down the parlor, and now I'm gonna go ahead and feed the cows. That sure is one nice sunrise. We got the first load filled up here for the milk cows. We're gonna go drive it underneath the water spout there, fill it up and let it mix for about 15 minutes or so. But when I stepped in here, I noticed my tractor's kind of confused here. That's supposed to tell me the RPMs, and that's supposed to tell me the gears. And yeah, I don't know how the top half of the fuel tank is filled, but I don't know, it doesn't usually look like this. It's the first time I've ever seen it like this, but hopefully when I turn it off and back on again, it'll go back to being normal. So the feed wagon is mixing now. We just filled it up with water. You guys can see there, the ledge on the roof there is getting pretty sketchy looking. There's probably about a foot of ice hanging over the edge of it, so that'll hopefully fall during the day sometime, so we're not standing underneath it when it falls. So now while we're waiting for that thing to mix up, we're just gonna go ahead and scrape this entire feed alley nice and clean. Pretty spiffy. We're also just going to quickly check all of the water bowls, make sure they still have water. I did check the one there this morning, but you know, double checking doesn't hurt. Make sure they all still have water. That one's good. Got to AI 2 cows after we dumped the feed here. Always the best time to lock those head lockers is right before you feed them. That way when the feed comes, everyone comes up and eats something and they all get locked up. So I'm backing up here from the water spout there, gonna go dump in front of the cows. But my scale back there says low battery. It's supposed to be charging off the tractor. I'm gonna go turn it off and then turn it back on again. Hopefully at least I can feed the milk cows, figure out how much we're dumping, and then we'll take a look at it after, hopefully. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I'm gonna go pull up beside the shop here, grab a battery charger. There's just a car battery in that box there on the feed wagon. And we're just gonna boost charge it here for hopefully just 5 minutes. Should get me past feeding this morning, and then we'll have to put it on the charger tonight. As I pulled up to the shop there, luckily our mechanic pulled up, perfect timing. So he checked out the tractor, and apparently the alternator isn't working. I'm still gonna try and finish feeding. That scale, it's got a separate car battery on there. I just put it on engine start for like 5 minutes, charge it up. So hopefully we got enough juice to finish feeding here, and then he can have a look at the tractor. So we just stopped in at the lunchroom there, grabbed some breakfast. We got some cake and coffee, look at that. Some good stuff right there. We got all the corrals fed there. Now I'm gonna go and mix the second batch for the milk cows for the day. We're just gonna mix it up, put all the ingredients in there, put some water in there, let it mix for about 15 minutes, and then we'll park it in the shop there until about 6 p.m. tonight, and that's when we'll actually dump this second load. We got all the grain in the feed wagon. We just pulled up to the silage pits there, hopped in the wheel loader. We're gonna go grind some pails of canola, dump them in the bucket. I think we need 10, and put some bags of fat in the bucket. We'll toss those in the feed wagon as well. And then we're gonna fill it up with silage, put it under the water spout, mix it up, and then it's gonna be ready for this afternoon. All right, so we got everything finished here for the morning. I also bedded up those 2 straw packs behind the parlor there. Figured you guys have seen that enough, so I didn't film it again. But of course, when I was doing that, one of the doors got buggered and we fixed it up. It took like an extra 45 minutes, of course. So that's just one of the things that you never know is gonna happen. Add some time to your day right away. But now I'm gonna go have some lunch, take a quick little nap there, and get milking in the afternoon here right away again. Now it's time to start the afternoon milking. We're gonna go ahead and take all these milkers off and put the milk line in the milk tank as well. Now we need to grab the piece that goes in between there. We just store it in the wash vat here. finished scraping the second group there. We got a milker in the parlor right now milking. And today, our mechanic put a new alternator on here while I was doing other stuff, and it should be good to go now. He just put the battery charger on here because the alternator wasn't running, so those batteries were low, just to make sure that it starts now. So we're gonna go take those off and dump this load of feed. So we got the last cows in the parlor. We have half a special needs group in there, and the ones behind me go back to the barn. And you can see these girls, they know to turn right here. And then the cows that go back to the barn will turn that way. They get trained pretty quickly and know exactly where they're supposed to go. Awesome, we are all done. I'm gonna go inside now and edit this video so you guys can hopefully watch it Saturday morning here. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram @SassDutchKid, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.